Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do their thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
You're listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101. When I'm not hosting our podcast, I'm usually at collarandelbowbrand.com. That's right, Collar and Elbow is the only place that combines wrestling with street attire. And I know what you're thinking, I want to look fashionable too, and I also want to save 10%. So head over to collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code WIQ101 and look fashionable and save some money. And now, on with the show. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and you can listen to Wrestling IQ 101 right here on YouTube by hitting that subscribe button. You can check out past episodes, new episodes, plus you can follow us on social media at Wrestling IQ 101. And today, my guest is Sergeant Jimmy Controversy. And what's going on, Jimmy?
Nothing much. Sorry I'm a little late. Sergeant was on the job.
Yeah.
Solving the wrestle crimes and stuff. I'm literally driving in the car as we speak. Sirens off, everything's off. Another day in the office. What's going on, man?
So before we even get started here, what violates any codes here that you're looking for? What do these perps have to watch out for?
Anything that goes against the wrestling code is a wrestle crime. You know, the shady businesses, the shady characters, shady companies. There's a lot of companies that are popping up in New Jersey. Rule breaking, event disorder, all that kind of stuff. You know, and I'm the guy who's pretty much taking a stand against all that because I love this business. I love the wrestling business. I grew up always a fan, always something I wanted to do since I was 5 years old. And, you know, I just don't want to see it. I just don't want to see anything bad happen with it or any bad business, you know what I mean?
Sure. And so when you're 5 years old and you're watching wrestling, who were some of the superstars that are standing out at you?
Oh, man, when I was 5, I used to be a huge fan of Kane, but my favorite wrestler of all time, honestly, Triple H, who really inspired me to get in the business because it was something that, you know, he was always a guy that I look up to and respect, even now more because he's done it all, and I'm the kind of guy that wanted to do it all. You know, I see what, you know, the stuff that my uncle and my grandpa did as, you know, vendors and, you know, talent agents as well, and worked with all these promoters and stuff. And, you know, these guys are heroes to me. And, you know, a guy like Triple H who's, you know, done NXT and stuff like that, created that from the ground up, and COO and all that stuff as an executive, and also a phenomenal performer. You know, he's done everything, and that's something I want to do because I just love doing it. You know, I love the history of I love the wrestling history. I love always watching it, and it's just something I've always wanted to do.
I'm surprised you didn't say Virgil as your favorite wrestler. That's what I pick all the time.
Why is that?
Because he's my favorite. I mean, the meat sauce, you know. And
you thought he got me into
No,
it.
I thought he was going to be your favorite because he's my favorite. So I always assume.
We obviously have a lot in common. We have the same passion. So he's a good dude.
Yeah, he is a great dude. You know, you talked about. You know, I didn't know this that your grandfather and father were vendors. They
were. Well, my grandfather vendored celebrities.
Wow.
My uncle vendored celebrities. My grandfather would vendor talent. Used to bring in guys for NWA New Jersey, Dennis Carluzzo back in the day.
Yeah.
He helped guys. He helped bringing King Kong Bundy, who was pretty much on every NWA Jersey show. I think at one point he also brought in Goldust.
Wow.
And then he stopped for a while once I think Dennis passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also helped with. He also provided, a cult sec building for Gino and also for SWF.
Yeah.
But he's just he's getting up there in age, and he's pretty much doing his own thing right now, and kind of staying away from it. But also helping me now with
nice.
my Lockdown Superstars brand, which is something that I'm looking to make money off of. I brought in at Mega Slam, I had Fandango and Gary Wolf. Even though Gary and I kicked each other's asses at Mega Slam, we still did business because I do business.
So you paid him to beat you up.
He made me money. But at the same time, beat me up, and even as a pit bull, did his business on me in the ring.
Yeah,
when he come back. So
well, that's fantastic. So I mean, that's cool.
I'm gonna be getting back at him for that.
Uh-huh.
I do have a warrant for a rematch, but that's coming down the road.
So you just mentioned Gary Wolf and Fandango. Who are some of the other people that you're planning on bringing in? Or you can't tell us right now.
There's a lot in the works.
Uh-huh.
May 7th is, of course, 80s WrestleCon.
Okay.
My first time being there. I have pro wrestler, bodybuilder, and fitness trainer coming in with Gary, Nikki Machia,
mm-hmm.
who is based out of Massachusetts. Her, in my opinion, she's like the next China. Like, all muscular, jacked,
mm-hmm.
gorgeous, athletic, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I have a rare appearance at a live auction as well. My partner and I with Susan Tex Green and Tony Rose.
Uh-huh.
They were part of the NWA women's wrestling circuit way back in the late 60s, early 70s. They'll be doing a live auction.
Wow.
And, of course, international women's star. She's been all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
ECW, I think even WWE at one point. Angel Orsini, who's popping up again.
Wow.
So,
you're hitting with some real heavy hitters.
We pretty much have we're starting off with some good talent. I mean, me and Christopher Anino, the founder and owner of the New England Music Hall of Fame. So we are doing a donation to the New England Music Hall of Fame with that.
Okay.
It's called the Artist Funds, where we're helping artists get a head start in their career. We're raising money for that. Mm-hmm. As well as it's going to be a good afternoon there that May 7th next week. I'm glad that my former partner and I kind of split with that. Mm-hmm. I kept the Lockdown Superstars name, and I'm glad I did. I'm running with it.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, Jimmy, because you're a businessman. And there's a lot of superstars that WWE and AEW are just releasing.
It's amazing, and they're looking for some work.
Yeah, who's the dream guy to bring in? You have a dream guy?
Dream guy. I would, I will be bringing in Brian Myers, who helped, who actually, I went to Creative Pro New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's where I got my training at, and I graduated. I will be bringing in Myers. Mm-hmm. Real soon. I was thinking guys like Tito Santana, who I've known for a long time. I had the honor and privilege to work with. And then this next guy who's really going out there, he's Kane is doing meet and greets every now and then.
Oh, wow.
X-Pac 100%, and Kevin Nash I would love to, and of course Swoggle, who I had my first WrestlePro match against in a tag.
So when you go after these guys, you just give them a phone call?
I reach out to them. I email them. You know, whatever works usually.
Yeah, great.
Gary Wolf was, for me, easy to reach out to, and he's, you know, he was helping me. He was helping the Lockdown Superstars brand, helping it grow and helping it, you know, with connections. So I really thank him for that.
Yeah.
As well as Eric Sims. We have a signing up in Queens, May 28th.
Yeah.
So,
because he's kind of like the godfather of these signing things, you know.
Eric is the cult hero. He 100% is. He eats, sleeps, and breathes it. He is the true. He is the godfather of the agency.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know,
somebody who I'm looking up to. Yeah. And you know, and I think Eric in the wrestling industry right now is the godfather of that. And then in the celebrity industry in New Jersey and specifically Parsippany, it's my uncle, and his name is Jimmy too.
Okay, that works.
So the Jimmys are taking over the entertainment business.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. The Jimmy's on his way, and Jimmy.
That's right.
You know, and it's awesome. I'm surprised you didn't say your dad rep Titus.
100%. 100%. Rhett's got a lot going on. My father Rhett's got a lot going on right now. Being in AEW, he was on AEW last night. I had busy day, so I've yet to congratulate him. But words cannot describe how happy I am for him. And I hope, you know, he can make the choice. You know, he wants to be on AEW or NW. Anywhere he goes. Any promotion is blessed to have Rhett, man. Yeah. Any promotion, any locker room, anybody is blessed to have Rhett. You know.
Yeah. He's like wine. He gets better with age too. Because I remember, you know, when he was doing.
Oh yeah. You know, have you seen him physically?
Yeah, I know. I was back there with you.
and I've had my best matches, bar none.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw on GTS was with Rhett.
Yeah, you've teamed with him.
Bar none.
I mean, you've done a lot with him. You went toy shopping with him. You wrestled with him. You wrestled against him.
He told me how to tie my shoes.
Wow.
Really? Swoop and pull.
Really?
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, and they actually left you home alone, which is
they left me home alone, and you know, Wild Hog was up to his old tricks breaking in, I think, and.
Yeah.
I had to set the trap for him and stuff. So that was pretty much how the Sergeant got his start with the Wrestle Crimes, so to speak.
You know, I remember I would watch you on GTS a little bit, but my first real impression of you live was at WrestlePro, being part of job security, even at SWF, but this was more like you were really being a real character. How was that? How was it working with those guys, and how was it working with Sean Donovan? I remember you guys had some vignettes together.
Oh, those guys were great, man. All those guys, and they, you know, they're still in the wrestle crime business, as I call it, with Security Inc. I had to leave for a while because I had stuff going on with, you know, personal family problems and stuff, you know, stuff going on in my family. We just brought this up on GTS. My mom, you know, passed away at that time in 2019.
I'm sorry.
So I basically said, you know, I really couldn't commit to the training every, you know, twice a week right now, every week.
Yeah.
I just gotta, you know, stay local because it is a hell of it's like an hour drive. Plus I was going to school still. I had to I finished my business degree and stuff like that, you know, and I'm doing that because, you know, I never know, you know, maybe one day I'd want to be a promoter and have my own company, and that's actually a dream of mine, and I want to do it the right way with, you know, with a business degree because, you know, it's a business. And so I took a few months off. I stuck working with SWF. Rob at the time, Rob Fury, reached out to me. Anything I need, take all the time you need. And I was going to take, maybe the first 2 shows off, but then I noticed me and Rob were teaming up. And he always goes out of his way to make sure that I'm taken care of. People could say whatever they want to say. He always goes out of his way. Mm-hmm. I know he's a prime suspect now, but he always went out of his way to make sure I was taken care of in his locker room, mm-hmm. in his brand and stuff. And him and I were marketing that, flyering for the shows together. Took me out to lunch that day. And you know what? I said, I'll stick around. And I did SWF. We did Mass Casualty Incident. Mm-hmm. Team Brother, Team Yeah Brother, it was called, actually, teamed up. Mm-hmm. Beat the shit out of Ace, Marksman, and Waylon Cage.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, I kind of kept my groove going. And then before I knew it, it was match at Mega Slam, which is literally, Mega Slam was like this past Saturday. There's really nothing. Yeah. There's really nothing. That's one of the big events in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because that's something of its own.
It's the biggest show for WrestlePro. I mean, SWF. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
It's the biggest show for SWF for people who don't know.
That is the biggest show for SWF and one of the only shows of its kind. And I wrestled Frankie Picard and Ike Phillips that year, and then before I knew it, I was back at WrestlePro, and I was able to and I graduated, and then the pandemic happened, and I started training with Rob, during the pandemic, and we had a ring in the backyard, and I stayed in shape. I kept going. I got as much work as I can. I worked with Rhett in Maryland during the pandemic. I just kept going. My love for the wrestling and my love for the business, it never died. Mm-hmm. It's something my mom would have wanted me to keep doing. And, she's been brought up a lot on GTS because she was actually one of the, she worked a lot behind the scenes.
Really?
And when I left GTS for a while, came back, and had a match with Grim at his big show, Grimomania, and we freaking killed it. Like anything Grim and I have fought, had tons of battles. Him and I fought tons of times, but we really killed it this year at Grimomania. I don't think any match could top what we have done. It was amazing.
Yeah. Your mom was a wrestling fan?
Oh, huge. She grew up watching wrestling. Her favorite was always the bigger guys, Lex Luger, Rick Rude.
Wow. She
was a huge Andre the Giant fan. She has the Andre the Giant shirt with the hand and stuff.
Wow.
That is we have packed away somewhere.
So a true fan.
And I was always a fan of it. Took me to the shows, WrestleMania 20.
Wow.
We went to a Monday Night Raw show, and a whole bunch of other shows like the Hardcore Homecoming in 2005. So I was a fan pretty much since I was born.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, and it's kind of cool when you can share those kind of things with your parents. That's always nice.
Yeah.
And not only with your parents, but like your grandparents and your uncle and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes sometimes the household could be kind of lonely if it's just one person.
Yeah, my first match was for my grandfather's firehouse.
Wow.
Against a guy from Grimm's toy show that that really helped me tremendously. His name is Cletus.
Oh yeah,
and Cletus. I wasn't any good, but he made me look as good as I can be at that time.
Yeah, Cletus could do that. He's talented.
But he is. He's really talented. A really, really good guy. Really brings a lot to the table.
Yeah.
I know he had that stick going on with Goldstein and stuff like that, which was actually a former partner of mine. Him I still respect to an extent. But Cletus was like my second trainer at the time. Used to brush up my skills and used to build on what WrestlePro taught me.
Wow.
So it worked hand in hand, GTS and WrestlePro at the time.
Yeah, you know, when you were wrestling for GTS, did you get any like backlash from starting there?
Not really, because you know, people say, oh, sometimes, you know, you put GTS first before anything. The thing is, though, you know, I was eager to get in that ring at that time. So any company that was willing to willing to have me on the card, had me, and I kind of put, you know, where I was training last. But GTS, they understood, because it was Grimm who broke me in, and it was Grimm was the one who sent me to WrestlePro, got me, you know, said, you know, you're going to be training there with Pat Buck,
Kevin Matthews, right?
Myers, Dan Moff, who I love that guy to death. You know, gave me the job security character, and I'm now back running with that.
Yeah, Kevin Matthews, right?
Kevin Matthews, of course, who I 100% have nothing but respect for. As much of an asshole as he could be.
Was Mario Bocca on there?
In a good way. He's a cool asshole.
Yeah.
And Mario Baccara, who I had the honor to share a ring with a few times against him and Fala.
Yeah. You know, actually, it's really weird because those are probably the two guys you wouldn't want to be across the ring with, because they're, you know, Fala's a big guy. Mario he's a tough dude. I mean, you got your butt handed to you a couple times.
The Sergeant thrives on fighting the big guys.
Yeah.
I always say, give me the biggest, toughest son of a bitch in the locker room, and I'll square up with him
really?
Face to face.
I
look at the size of Grimm.
Yeah.
Even Pitbull. I mean, he's the raging Pitbull, and one of the toughest guys I know.
Yeah.
Rob's up there with those guys, in my opinion. I sometimes I even get afraid when he's mad.
Yeah.
Don't want to be around when Fury gets pissed off.
Yeah.
That's why they call him the Fury.
Now you have gone through so many different phases in your career. What's been the most fun for you? I mean, was it, you know, being Top Gun? Was it in job security?
I would have to say being Sergeant Controversy right now, which also corresponds to being in job security, because here's what happened. I really didn't want to leave job security. I loved doing it. I loved what we were doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge law and order supporter. I kind of wanted to take what we were doing in job security and give it that kind of feel. So with job security, you know, like, we kind of went our separate ways. Then I kind of went my separate way for a while, did my own thing. And working at SWF with Preston Montgomery, who was, you know, another guy I had the honor and privilege to work for, and he's retired now.
Yeah.
A bummer. You know, I kind of wasn't going anywhere, and then I decided to, you know, I'm like, what if I go from what do I do with what about Officer Controversy again? I've had so much fun looking back with the job security gig. So I'm like, why don't I do it again? You know, let me go for it again. Let me do it on my own. So I go back to Grimm's, and I reformed the, they weren't doing anything with it, a faction called the Program.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was me, and this time I reformed it at Grimm's, and it was me, it was myself, it was Mike Goldstein, it was Dalton, it was Ivy Platinum, and it was Lawrence Spiral, Eris Spiral, and Illustrious Michael. And I aligned myself with those guys because, especially Illustrious Michael, Goldstein, Platinum, the Spirals, those are guys, I watch GTS and I'm like, man, I like what they're doing. They got so much talent. They have a lot of potential, and they're really, they take their crafts, their characters seriously, and they really take what they do. They really take a lot of pride and have a lot of pride in what they do, and they have that positive influence on you, and I looked to them as like the big brothers and sisters, where they had a positive influence on me when I came in, and they were eager to work with me. They were, I was eager to work with them, and they were willing to work with me and willing to make a vision that I had come to life, and they did. I know they wanted to go and do their own thing, and that's cool. But they really they were the ones that pretty much gave me the opportunity to drive myself in the direction that I'm going in now. And I'm never going to take that away from them. I always be thankful for that, and I'll always be thankful for Grim for giving me that second chance to be on the platform.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it's pretty cool because you and Dalton just got a booking not too long ago outside of Jersey.
Oh yeah, we were in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. I liked. I forget what it was called. I think PWX. It was decent. We were in a battle royal. We really didn't do much, but I do wish, Dawn and I right now aren't talking. I just wish him the best. I hope he gets his, just hope he gets his head on straight, but
no.
I hope maybe down the road we'll do something. I don't know, but, just like I say with the other, except for Illustrious Michael, who's right now made it a point where he had to retire and step away for a while. But you never, always in the business, you never say never,
Sure.
You never say never in the business. And I would like to work with them again, especially the Spirals and Goldstein and Platinum, because they're positive people. They have a positive influence on you.
Yeah.
And they're people that, just like Rhett, people who you want to associate with.
Yeah.
And even Dalton. Dalton was never, I don't think Dalton ever deliberately tried to hurt me.
Yeah.
I thought, but sometimes some of the things you do is like, I always look to him as a little brother, and try to, steer him in the right direction. Because at the end of the day, we all came from the same we all came from the same place.
Yeah.
That was GTS and SWF.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Jimmy. There's people, they get out of these shows, they go out, they have to get food sometimes. Where are some of the go-to places you like to go before a match, after a match?
The go-to places I love to go to, well, before Gary and I started fighting, we went to the IHOP before the show.
Okay.
And got something to eat. Buffalo Wild Wings, always.
Oh, wow. That's
I could always go for a drink or two or three.
Okay.
Especially at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's I love going to, sitting down at IHOP and stuff like that. And Applebee's is a go-to as well.
Oh, yeah. 10 o'clock, right? You got to get the apps.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Denny's. What did they say on the Santa Claus show? Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution.
Oh, yeah? Yeah,
that's right.
You have to go to Denny's. Wawa, is that up there?
Wawa and chill, Wawa and dip, is a good strategy. I stop at Wawa sometimes after grab a protein shake and then swerve on out.
All right.
I just want to have my shake and go to bed.
Yeah. I think it's kind of so for people who don't know, and I'm kind of curious. When you're home, what kind of movies and shows do you like to watch?
TV shows, I love watching Law and Order. Law and Order Organized Crime is a phenomenal, especially to non-Law and Order watchers.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I love and look up to Elliot Stabler, who's like one of the most badass detectives you could possibly see, chasing down probably one of the greatest villains, Richard Wheatley. Like that right there. If that was a wrestling event, that would main event WrestleMania right there.
Yeah.
They had a match. Like, honestly, him and Stabler and Wheatley, Law and Order Organized Crime's definitely something I've been hooked on. Great story, great build. Now that they had the season finale, you don't know if he's dead or alive because now the actor who Dylan McDermott is on FBI, which he's playing a totally different character. It's like going to another show, taking another out of state booking.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Now he's a baby face. He was a huge heel on Law and Order or on the Organized Crime. Now he's like a baby face. Now he's playing the cop.
Oh, really? That's funny. That's hilarious.
That's how I look at it.
So you before Monday Night Raw, I mean, you see that Dick Wolf, right? I mean, do you get excited?
Oh yeah,
and that crossover.
It's usually after Monday Night Raw.
I'm sorry.
I watch it, and then I haven't been watching wrestling. I've been watching mostly the old stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been watching NWA Power, and I've been watching some.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But I've been keeping my eye on the WWE product. I am a WWE guy.
Yeah.
Because I really don't see anybody touching them. A huge Vince McMahon guy. I mean, how could you not like Vince McMahon if it wasn't for him?
Yeah. I
probably wouldn't have been as interested and as into wrestling as I am.
You might have not been on Raw.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I told what's his name? I remember TJ saying his No Way Jose should have done where he No Way Jose should have went on the independent scene and fought every single member of his Congo line.
Oh yeah, he would still be in business.
He would still be in business.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Loser of his match goes on the road with him to be on his Congo line.
Yeah, him or Adam Rose could do that for like ever.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Dude, Adam Rose got jacked. I haven't seen him lately, but the most recent pic I've seen of him he was jacked. I remember my first SWF show. Uh-huh. Not my first. My first one was Blackbeard's, and I remember that like it was yesterday. But my second show at SWF, I was the bunny.
Oh, really?
And it was, I think he was with Darius. I think he was fighting Darius Carter that day, and Darius, I think, clocked me with the belt as the bunny.
Oh, wow. Well, don't be a lemon, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, and, for movies, do you like the superhero movies? Do you like the cop movies still? I mean, what kind of movies do you get into?
Oh, man. I was a huge fan of the movie It at the time. Uh-huh. Pretty much a little bit of the old one. I am a Star Wars fan.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with any Star Wars movie.
Okay.
Maybe except for the holiday special. Uh-huh. But even looking back then, that was a good movie. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love the guest stars at that time, like Art Carney and Harvey Korman. Harvey Korman and Art Carney are hilarious, honestly. And
when I watch Star Wars, the Phantom Menace, I can't get through it. Every time I watch it, and I'm just like pulling out my like hair and teeth, and like, This one's too long.
Really? You're not a Darth Maul guy?
I like Darth Maul. I think it's just the drag racing, you know.
You just didn't like how he was. You just didn't like how he was booked.
Yeah, no, yeah, I thought he was cool. I just think, yeah, I don't know. It's just like some of it. I'm just like, oh, this is just really long and just really.
Darth Maul is so.
The ending's
underrated.
good. The ending is good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
great.
fight scene and stuff like that. That was a good.
Qui-Gon, in my opinion, was an absolute travesty.
Yeah.
You know, on his worst day, Sir Alec Guinness was way better than him as Obi-Wan Kenobi or any as the leading Jedi on his worst day.
Yeah.
On his worst day, Ewan McGregor as well was better as the leading. It was called the leading Jedi. I always called it. You know, he just wasn't good. He really wasn't, you know, believable in that part.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, every time I watched it since, I've gotten a little bit better. But I remember I watched the first one, I was like, what the hell is this? This is terrible.
I didn't understand in Rogue One how they had Peter Cushing back, but I realized it was CGI because he played Grand Moff Tarkin. And I just didn't. I'm like, how did they have Peter Cushing? He's been gone since 1994.
For a pointless movie, I love Rogue One. It really doesn't serve any purpose because you kind of get that lap between 3 and 4, especially with the intro. But
it goes right into episode 4. 4, aka the original Star Wars movie.
So it doesn't really So it was, and I love that movie. I just thought that was fantastic. Rogue One, the cast was amazing. Even the Solo movie, I enjoyed that too. Actually, when I went to Citi Field, we went on Star Wars Day. I got a bobblehead of Chewbacca with Mr. Met.
I was really busy at the time. I haven't seen the most recent ones, except for the Force Awakens. But I loved the ending after the credits of The Mandalorian. I loved seeing Bib Fortuna, who was like my favorite, sitting on Jabba's throne because he was actually the real bad guy in episode 6, not Jabba. Jabba was just the businessman. Yeah. Bib Fortuna was the guy. He was the guy with the horns.
So he was mastermind of it.
His Jabba's right hand man answering the door, and then Boba Fett just comes up there and just shoots him and stuff and sits on the throne. Yeah, and that introduced the Book of Boba. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, because I knew Bib Fortuna escaped. I knew there was something. I knew he was the real bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, he was like kind of the brains behind the operation.
Yeah, because in the Star Wars lightsaber duels, Jabba was working with the Jedis to save his son.
Oh yeah.
And Han Solo, you got to remember, it was told in Han Solo's point of view. Mm-hmm. Han Solo, believe it or not, was the one who actually screwed Jabba over.
Yeah. Well, it happens, but let me ask you this, Jimmy. On your way to these shows, or just in general in life, is there a type of music that you like to listen to, a favorite song?
When I'm on my way to a show, I usually keep it quiet.
Okay.
I usually just wake up. I grab something. I grab avocado on toast. That's all I eat. Wow. And I have a cup of coffee and a C4. I went from Bang to a C4 drink because Bang is like too much creatine on it. Still delicious, but I just prefer the C4. So then, I like to just stay in that mindset of what I'm going to do, especially that I've been just going out there and performing. It's kind of like a ritual before shows where I just, stay quiet, don't want anything going on, don't really want any distractions and stuff. I do my 100 push-ups and then I get ready to go out there. But usually on my way to the gym in the morning when I grab a cup of coffee and stuff, and I listen to, I've been listening to a lot of Guns N' Roses Rob got me hooked on that when we were training.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And also Volbeat, Warriors Call. Can't go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of I don't listen to rap, but when I do, it's Eazy-E. I freaking love that guy, especially when he was dissing Dre.
Oh my god.
I listen to the Law and Order music and my version of the Law and Order music.
Okay.
But that's what I pretty much listen to.
All right, that's nothing bad. And Jimmy, I always have to say, you always come out with some interesting, vignettes, especially if you're going to be talking about an upcoming show. You always seem, and a lot of guys, they forget that, how important these things are, and that's kind of cool that
My philosophy is, and I thank Ronnie and Malcolm for that, we always thought outside of the box.
Yeah.
Like, people want to see entertainment. People want to see something. Right now, it's these action movies that are selling. Yeah. Like these action TV shows like Law and Order that's selling. That's where we're at right now. Like, people are watching. Law and Order franchise is actually more popular than it's ever been. Because I don't know if you've seen my most recent YouTube video that I just posted out.
Well, I saw one. I saw one, and it was like you were in the gym, and then you switched over, and you put your gear on, and then you went and did some flyering.
Yes, because we're marketing for the shows.
Yeah.
And why not be on the job for that? Why not do something with that? Like, be creative. And then, plug the stores in. Like, I cut a promo outside of one of the pizzerias. Plug them in, Doing that, you're creating you're being part of the community, number one. Number two, the show is, the company itself is being a part of the community. And you're also getting your character over, I don't know if you saw my most recent one that just went up. I'm doing these Law and Order Thursday shows because Law and Order is usually on tonight. I did episode 2, which is called A Furious Case.
Okay.
Against myself against Sergeant Controversy against Rob Fury, where Sergeant Controversy it's filmed 24 hours after Mega Slam in Staten Island, New York, where Rob is located right now. And Sergeant Controversy is chasing Fury all the way down to the Bronx for this Saturday at World Wrestling Extreme, WWX, where Sergeant Controversy has a warrant for the Unbreakable Rob Fury, the prime suspect, in a no-holds-barred street fight.
All right, so we're going to have to see what happens. You're going to have to tune into that for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tune in to watch this episode of Law and Order Thursday, and tune in April 30th to the Tournament of Money, WWX, to see the next chapter of our rival.
Yeah, you're going to want to see that.
The prime suspect versus the criminal justice hero.
Now, Jimmy, before we get to the end, we talked about so many different things. We went through so many different emotions in this episode. I got to ask you, though, one of the most memorable feuds for me is you and the Beach Bums.
Oh, my God. You're firing off some loaded questions right there.
Yeah, how was it working with those guys? Because you guys always put out the best content, and it was always fun watching you guys.
Yeah, well, finish.
Yeah, no, it was just always fun because you guys, you guys would always be like, it almost felt like Scooby-Doo or like something like that, where you guys would just try to do something devious, and then you guys wouldn't prevail.
Let's go back to the vignettes and stuff before shows. They were the ones that kind of pioneered that, in my opinion.
Which one?
Them and
the Bums.
The Bums.
Yeah.
They got me and the stuff they've always filmed was gold.
Yeah.
And always out of the box and always different.
Yeah.
And then they got me and Job Security involved.
Yeah.
and we just freaking ran with it. Like it was amazing the stuff we created, and then I was able to take that and use it to other stuff, and like, you know, because I know 30-second promos are always good, but our stuff wasn't meant to be 1 minute or 30 seconds. We're telling a story right here. We're putting out content that is unique, that people want to see. Like that, you know, we're trying to tell we're trying to do an episode.
Yeah.
Like, why not do an episode instead of a promo?
Yeah. Like,
the Beach Bums are up there with pioneering stuff like that. Like Grimm's, they're up there with the GTS and the. I know Rhett's been doing the Big Dog vlogs for a long time, and the Beach Bums and Grimm are, you know, I've always had the most success promo wise filming with them. They were phenomenal, and I'll never forget WrestlePro had a job security section and a Beach Bum section, and then you had the hot dog section.
Yeah. Which is the weirdest thing, you know.
It was insane, man. It was
cool. It was cool. It was different. No other promotion had something like this, and it was pretty cool. I mean, you guys got your own. You know, you guys were definitely paving your own way, and that's kind of cool that you could see that. And you know, I kind of miss those days. I kind of miss watching the Beach Bums and the job security go at it.
I do, man. I really do.
And because that was fun. That was fun as a fan, because you're like, whose side are you on here? But I always loved that, you know, you were always a character. I love that you're always a character, Jimmy. And now, you know, talking to you now, I mean, we've met and crossed paths many times in the back, but now it's actually nice to actually talk to, you know, and get the real person and understand.
We got to sit down. We got to sit down face to face and do an interview next time.
Yeah, hopefully we can figure something.
I got to come to your crib one day. I heard nothing but great stories about it.
We just got it all furnished here. But Jimmy, you know, in closing, this has been phenomenal. I've come to really, you know, respect your work over the years, and I'm glad we were able to do this.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people get you on social media, Jimmy?
Okay, you could follow me on Facebook at Sergeant Jimmy Controversy. You could follow Lockdown Superstars on Facebook at Lockdown Superstars LLC, and on Twitter at Jimmy Controversy, which I thanks to pretty much Grimm since 2014, tremendous Twitter following. You can follow the Lockdown Superstars on both Twitters at Stars Lockdown and Lockdown Stars on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram at Real Jimmy Controversy. And you can follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also tune into Grimm's Toy Show for daily uploads. I'm there pretty much almost every day during the week.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're a busy guy. It sounds like you're doing good, man, and you know, hopefully more good things to come. And for us, this has been Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And remember to hit that subscribe button. You can check out episodes like this. You can check out the archives and even future ones when they drop. And for us, we'll see everybody very soon.